Could have stepped on a rock right there.
If a frog is too prominent, like, let's say, maybe if it's hitting the ground before the rest of the foot, can that traumatize a frog? Can the frog bruise from
Depending on the environment, like
loading too much?
a lot of our heavy horses today do have a prominent frog, but they were bred for hundreds of years to go in very soft ground, especially your Clydesdales and Shires.
Sure.
They're always going to have a prominent frog. It's the way they were bred. Your Percherons and some of your Belgians, it's not so prominent. So, depending on what they're doing, yes, it could cause trauma. And that's why a lot of these big horses, when they become laminitic, frog support is contraindicated because they already have too much frog support.
The way he's standing now, he puts his foot down nice and square. He's very comfortable how he places the foot. He's not fighting it left or right, medial lateral. He seems comfortable.
And his back feet have actually moved back a little bit, my opinion only. They're up a little more
Just a
square.
touch.
Yeah.
Just a touch.
An inch will make a lot of difference. A millimeter of the foot makes a mile of difference up top.
See the bottom of the foot is like level, but then like that distance of that wall on the inside. Well, I think a lot of that is actually this way, so it's pushed off.
It's vertically pushed, yeah.
So I try to ignore things like that because
You
I
can't.
think it throws me off.
You can't ignore it. It's very serious, especially on the front because they'll split or shear there in the quarter. Because that whole hoof capsule will rotate, push up, and then split.
But that's what if his bone axis appears straight to you and everything looks good, and you still just have that long distance on the inside where it's pushed up.
I'm still going to address it as much as I feel comfortable. You know, if you ever get asked to trim a horse by radiographs, be very careful because if they aren't both on the same height block, if the horse isn't fully awake, because when they're sedated, they do this. If somebody stands there and just pushes it, it'll change everything, or pulls it. Be very careful because that can give you an inaccurate reading. And especially if they have a rotational deviation, because there's one radiograph beam cannot go through 3 joints evenly. There's no way, it's not possible. So you're going to have disparity, especially if they have a rotational and angular deviation.